So hey YouTube, Tony Dubz here. Let's talk about, I don't know, Pewdiepie! So I'm not going to cover all the same bases that everyone else on YouTube already has. I mean, everything has been said, and I agree with the likes of Sargon of Akkad, Philip DeFranco, Boogie2988, the Amazing Atheist, all those people, Chris Raygun. I agree with all of them for the most part. But I do have an opinion on this that I haven't heard many others convey, and if they did, maybe I just misheard or didn't hear them say it. Maybe I got distracted. That's been known to happen, but I'm just going to try to get through it as quickly as possible. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. Let's just get into this nonsense. So the Wall Street Journal, seemingly out of nowhere, decides to go after the biggest YouTuber on all the internet, creating a hit piece that is completely and totally out of context, no context whatsoever. And is it funny to anyone else that the Wall Street Journal contains the same initials as, WSJ, take the W, stick it on the end, you know what I'm saying. The mainstream media, journalists, and bloggers for these big, once reputable news websites have become so infiltrated and incensed with the SJW ultra-progressive mindset that it's hurting their credibility and causing normal people who operate on logic and common sense to smell their bullshit, basically. More people every day switch to getting their news and information from YouTube personalities who are not beholden to any specific agenda. They have no qualms with being un-PC or whatever you want to call it. And even personalities like Pewdiepie, who aren't specifically doing news, are encouraging their audiences to wake up to the deception of the media. And this has them struggling. And they realize that their days are numbered. And make no mistake about it, yes, the mainstream media's days are numbered. For years, they've gotten away with sharpshooting people they don't like, promoting political agendas, and power tripping on being the source of the world's news. And make no mistake about it, the mainstream media is a multi-headed beast with 1,000 eyes. We often hear that the MSM is just the big news networks, the big three or the big four, however you want to look at it. But that's just not true in the age of the internet. The mainstream extends farther past the big four networks into news sites like WSJ, HuffPost, The Guardian, things like this. This has never been clearer than now when Wall Street Journal can put together a video package exposing, quote, exposing a YouTuber. Then suddenly the story that Pewdiepie is a Nazi is all over the internet and news channels on TV. All for some jokes that were taken out of context. Whether you think those jokes were bad and poor taste, whatever, at the end of the day, they are just jokes. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know the guy personally, I'm not a fan of Pewdiepie, but I'm pretty sure he's not a Nazi. Pretty sure he's not a racist. And this is just the most pure example of fake news we have seen thus far. And it's kind of funny, too, how people with, the Wall Street Journal and all those other websites and news outlets' agenda are the ones that kind of came up with this whole fake news thing to begin with. It's kind of funny. So while other commentators here on YouTube are claiming that the mainstream media and Wall Street Journal, things like this, are trying to destroy Pewdiepie specifically for the videos he has made criticizing their tactics, I think it goes bigger than that. I agree that the Wall Street Journal and the media at large are definitely want to take people like Pewdiepie out for the influence that they have, but I think he was meant to be an example above all else. Pewdiepie was meant to be an example. I believe that the original intent was to basically put all YouTubers on notice, whether they be occasional commentators like myself with a tiny channel, or regular ranchers like TJ Kirk, the Amazing Atheist, or Sargon of Akkad. These Wall Street Journal's so-called journalists had a plan to show that if Pewdiepie can fall, anyone can fall. So watch your back, new media. And let's just be honest here, Pewdiepie is not going to be, and I don't think he has been, hurt badly by any of this. Even without the YouTube Red show and the backing of Disney's YouTube network, he still has over 50 million subscribers. His videos still get like millions of views within the first day or two of them being online. I think he's going to be okay. It seems, as far as I can tell, that his core fan base are sticking by his side as well. Hell, he might even be better off without the network, considering he no longer has to give them a cut of his advertising revenue, and he can now just be a free agent and have full control over everything he puts out. And yeah, this whole Nazi bullshit thing is going to be kind of a dark cloud that looms over him for a short period, but eventually he's going to be able to get his own sponsors, and he's not going to have to worry about some network fucking taking a cut. So in the end, PewDiePie might come out a little better than they were hoping. With that being said, someone way smaller than PewDiePie, which is pretty much the bulk of YouTube, these are the people who need to be concerned right now. For some, losing network representation or having their name blacklisted on the internet could be the difference in having a roof over their head or not. At the least, it could mean having their platform taken away unjustly. So I think we need to stay strong and show that we as YouTubers are the future of news and information in the world. From the biggest independent news channel to the smallest vlogger, we are chronicling the world around us and life as it happens, sharing our opinions without restriction. Our viewers are left with the option to choose who they want to follow and where they want to get their information. And while there are still some independent news channels on YouTube and websites and vloggers and bloggers elsewhere that are influenced by these political agendas, there are plenty of other voices that have no problem calling out the bullshit. And those are the voices that the MSM, the mainstream media, wants to silence because they don't like the fact that they no longer have a monopoly on information. The PewDiePie attack was simply a statement by the Wall Street Journal and others in media saying they are not afraid to do whatever they can, to do whatever it takes to craft a narrative, to create a villain, and take down anyone that crosses their path. PewDiePie, again, was simply an example. As it seems right now, although YouTube has shown that they will buy the bullshit and cancel a premium webisode on YouTube Red, they are at least standing by our rights and PewDiePie's rights to have a channel, to share our opinions, comedic or otherwise. And I think that this whole episode, this whole debacle is just proof that we all just need to be more vocal, that these cheap hit pieces will not scare any of the rest of us from doing what we like to do, or for some, what we do actually pays the bills. Not me, but for a lot of other YouTubers that have very controversial opinions and don't mind putting those opinions out there, YouTube is their job, and they don't need to be afraid to keep doing their job because they got to worry about being the next PewDiePie. So whether you like PewDiePie or not, I think if you actually do the research and see the videos in full context, you will see that what Wall Street Journal and other news outlets have done is outright despicable. It has never been clearer that they are terrified of losing their power, and it really is only a matter of time. YouTube and independent news sites on the internet at large are the future of information. The lying beast that is the mainstream media is gasping its last breath. And I believe we haven't seen the last of these attacks. The only question is, who will be next? So thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Please subscribe, rate, and chat with me in the comments below. Also, be sure to check the description for links to videos about this whole PewDiePie thing by some of my favorite YouTubers, just for some more information that I didn't get into, maybe to paint a bigger picture for you. Thanks again. Now go out and do some cool shit.